you've got Barclays Bank, that was there across the road.
What a mess.
I remember going along here to where Dad's was. There must be rats and everything along here. Oh, God, it stinks.
There's cans,
I
bottles.
think where that's come from. I'm guessing not an animal. Welcome to another video, and it's Sunday the 23rd of July 2023, and we are back in Tunstall. It's been over 2 years since we had a walk around Tunstall, so I thought we would revisit it and try and bring back some memories of what the shops were and share it with you guys. Temperature today is 63 Fahrenheit, about 17 Celsius, and it looks like it's going to rain anytime. So what used to be here then? The old school, High Street School, wasn't it?
I think it was the High Street School on the corner, yeah.
So that used to be there on the corner. So James Hurd Opticians, that's been there forever, for what I remember. I think I used to go there for glasses when I was a kid, actually, there. So I can't remember much else. And then you've got the old tavern pub there. So we're going to walk up High Street. So yeah, I can't remember too much of the shops here. So we're coming up to 9:30 on Sunday morning. What did this shop used to be?
I think this used to be Woolworths, didn't it?
No, Woolworths is further up.
Was it?
Yeah, a lot further up. Can't remember any of the shops around here. Used to be like a clothes shop on the corner here, didn't it?
Yeah.
Remember that to be a clothes shop. Anyone can remember the name, let me know. So a sign there for Scallywags, probably one of the best fish and chip shops here in Tunstall. Okay, so let's continue walking up. What used to be across here then?
So you've got Barclays Bank and you're next to the post office.
That was Barclays.
The post office is still there.
What used to be this one now?
I really can't remember.
A lot of closed shops, as you can see. So where was Woolworths? Woolworths was somewhere here, wasn't it?
Woolworths is just coming up now where this Savers place is, isn't it here? Like I say, you've got Barclays the other side, and Barclays now shut all the branches everywhere, haven't they?
So Woolworths was one of these shops, wasn't it?
Woolworths is this one where it says Savers on the front.
That was Woolworths, was it?
Yeah.
The buildings are going to rack and ruin, aren't they? So you've got Barclays Bank, that was there across the road. Manchester and Liverpool District Bank, 1899. Amazing the detail on the buildings when you look down. But as you can see, the town is absolutely dead. So this was Woolies then, was it?
This was definitely Woolworths, yeah.
So that would have been some years ago. I remember going in Woolies quite a few times when I was a kid. We've got the old, well, the new town hall now, recently done up. Spectacular building. And as you can see, more closed shops.
used to be Boots on the corner here, didn't it, as well, where this Red Stop shop is now.
So this was
Where
Boots,
the
was
Star
it?
shop is, that was Boots.
That was Boots, yeah, I remember Boots on the corner.
And then after Boots it turned into a motor shop, didn't it? Motor spare shop.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Now it's
too.
a mini market.
Yeah. We've got a bit of drizzle in the air today. So I hope you're enjoying this video today. Just gonna have a walk around, try and remember what used to be what. So we're here in Tower Square, so yeah, here on the corner, Boots. And then it turns into the motor store. I think the building needs a bit of a clean up there. It's getting pretty green. Obviously doesn't get the sunlight there. So the Sneed Arms Hotel, not really changed that much. Always remember that to be the Sneed Arms. Oasis Travel, used to work there years and years ago. And there we go. Clock Tower. Coming up to 10 o'clock. So what was the Coral that used to be?
The Coral used to be, I'm pretty much sure, the co-op. They used to sell electrical goods in there.
Didn't there used to be a shop that used to sell was it records or that was Replay Records, that was further down the high street, wasn't it? What about that one that sold DVDs and all that?
That was right at the top of the building, used to be called Movie Time.
Movie Time, that was it.
Used to sell all DVDs and rent videos out.
Replay Records was like, that was down the high street. I think that was one of the shops. Replay Records was probably round about there somewhere. Tower Square. So we'll continue here. So where was NatWest?
NatWest used to be on the corner here with the two brown doors on the corner of the boulevard.
That used to be NatWest.
And then the Sports and Leisure shop, which you can see in front with the white shutters. That was the MEB, wasn't it? Again, selling
the MEB
electrical
on the
goods.
corner. Yeah.
This shop here now that we're looking at used to be North Staff's Decorators.
North Staff's Decorators.
Used to sell paint and wallpaper. It was a very busy shop.
Dodgy alleyway up there. Where was Oaksy's? Oaksy's was like across the road, wasn't it? What was Oaksy's, where Empire is?
Oaksy's was where the Empire is. That used to be a very popular furniture shop, didn't it? I think there was 3 or 4 stories there selling carpets and furniture.
Tunstall Calf. Just check out the buildings again up there. All the detail. Amazing. Quite a lot of dodgy characters around here today. Just look at the state of the buildings. Bus stop. So this used to be Burton's then, didn't it?
This was Burton's here on the left, and then I think it was Burton's and Dorothy Perkins after, wasn't it?
The buildings are just going to rack and ruin, aren't they? So what used to be these shops then?
I'm not sure what these were here, but in a minute we're going to come up to where Rumblow's used to be, aren't we?
On the corner there. A lot of rubbish everywhere. Needs a good clean up.
It's either the Dougie Mac or the MB Electric shop. Years and years ago that used to be a cake shop, and I'm sure it used to be called Tico.
Used to be a clothes shop across there, didn't there, as well?
They did, didn't they? Yeah.
What was the clothes shop called?
I can't think.
Okay, I mean, again, you can see the state of the buildings here. They all need a good clean.
So the one with the big blue shutter, for years and years that was Rumblow's.
And this shop was like this a few years ago. So this used to be Rumblow's then.
The big blue shutter was Rumblow's.
That's where Mum and Dad used to work then.
And then the shop next to it was Eric Alcock's. And before he moved there, he was the shop above where it was the vapes. And then he moved down into this shop here, and it used to be Eric Alcock's for years. So the vape shop used to be Eric Alcock's years ago.
Wow. What was this pub called on the corner?
Can't remember what the pub was called, but for years it was a cafe, wasn't it, as well? I think it was called Betty's Diner.
Wow, so that used to be Rumblow's then, eh?
So the VJ Vapes years ago was where Eric Alcock started, or it could have even been the one to the right of it. I can't really remember. And then he moved down into the shop where it says Dresses, and then the shop with the blue shutter, and it says Posh on front of it. That was definitely Rumblow's.
Look at where the pigeons have made the home above Subway. Remember, there used to be a little parking area there where you could just park for 5 minutes or so.
And the Admiral place there used to be Shipley's Bingo.
As you can see, the colour of the buses have changed in Tunstall quite a lot since.
Big building in front of you there used to be Mr. Big Deals.
That's where that massive fire was, wasn't it?
There was a massive fire and it burnt down, and then I think it's been turned into little units now. And straight in front of you up Dunning Street used to be the Doctors.
Oh yeah, that's where the Doctors used to be, right there, wasn't it? Yeah. So the old pub used to be Betty's Diner then?
Betty's Diner.
So a fish and chip shop around the corner here used to be called Andy's. Who remembers Andy's fish and chip shop? Which was pretty much where Yummy is now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the Yummy, yeah. So Andy had it for years, and then he sold it to a guy named Ken Roper, and Ken took it on for years and years and years as well.
And Galato, that used to be a jewellery shop, didn't it?
Yeah, that used to be the jewellery, Stewart's jewellery shop, didn't it?
Yeah. What was this? Admiral on the corner, what was that?
Admiral was Shipley's Bingo.
Oh, Shipley's Bingo, yeah. Amazing. Yeah, we're looking up Dunning Street there. Yeah, I remember having chips from there many times. So where the old Doctors is just overgrown, nothing ever been built.
There used to be up here as well. Now I can't just remember which shop it was, on the right by You Move. Ivan's Barbers. I think Dad always went there to get his hair cut.
Ivan's Barbers.
And then one of these shops up here on the left, I think it's just past the road we're going across now, used to be C&C Supermarket.
Oh yeah, I remember C&C. Wasn't this a nightclub down here that burnt down? What was that called?
Golden Torch.
So where was the Golden Torch was like down there then?
Golden Torch was there.
And that burnt down all them years ago. That must have been back in what, the 80s?
80s I'd say, yeah.
So where was C&C? That was here somewhere.
I think C&C was just somewhere here. I'm just trying to think where it was now.
And the Goffs have always been there, haven't they?
I think C&C was here where these red shutters are coming up. Yeah, it was definitely.
C&C.
This was C&C here.
And the Goffs has always been there, from what I remember. Rain's coming on a little bit now. And it's pretty breezy this morning, but hopefully the mics are doing the job well. So we're going to turn into, is it Farndale Street, this one? Or, no, Forster Street. So that's the Forster Street School, is it? Yeah.
That used to be the Forster Street School, yeah. There used to be a pet shop down here on the left.
Only closed a few years ago, didn't it?
And there used to be a fishing shop, didn't there, owned by Tommy Preston.
Oh yeah, I remember the fishing shop. Yeah. So the pet store was on the corner of Phoenix Street there. That was the pet shop for ages, wasn't it?
Looks like it's flats now, doesn't it?
Turned into a flat one.
Golden Torch was right in front of you there.
So that was the Golden Torch.
Where them blue vans are.
Nightclub fire. Yeah, I remember that well. That was a massive fire, wasn't it?
Forster Street School looks like it wants some attention as well, doesn't it?
And this is opening soon as Islamic school. Actually open it again as Islamic school then. So it finally gets used, eh? Clock tower looking well there. So where was Tommy's fishing shop?
Tommy's fishing shop was one of these shops here on the left. I think it could have been just past this sign here, that with a white sign over the top of it. Pretty much sure it was on the corner.
Passing Calver Street there.
I'm pretty sure this was the fishing shop, this building here.
You reckon that was the fishing shop, yeah?
Yeah.
Look at the alleyways all down there. Just loads of rubbish down there.
And the building on the corner on the left, that was the Movie Time. Bill James used to own that, like I said before earlier on.
And the barrel's all closed.
His DVDs.
I don't know when the barrel closed down. So it used to be Movie Time, was it?
Movie Time, owned by Bill James, DVD shop.
Yeah, so the barrel is all closed off. All the pigeons are lined up there this morning. The bells of the clock tower.
Pretty sure down this street here as well, years and years ago when I used to go out with Grandad, there was a shop called Jimmy's.
What was Jimmy's?
Used to go there for things like glass and putty.
Yeah. Used to be an oatcake shop, I think, here. At some point. $10. To the clock tower. There used to be toilets here to the right hand side, weren't there?
Yeah, there used to be toilets, yeah.
Used to walk down steps, didn't you?
Underground to the toilets.
So I wonder if it's still there, all underground. It must still be there, must it?
Yeah.
Where were the steps? Probably here somewhere.
I can't remember whether they were in front or behind. I think they were in front of it, weren't they?
So you can't think under there was all the toilets. Never really looked at these signs. What does it say? The clock and chimes, the ladies of Tunstall. Were they free toilets? I can't remember.
Yeah, they were free toilets, yeah. I always remember you used to go down steps and they were underground.
There was like attendants on, weren't there? That's a good shot of all the pigeons there. And wow, the clock tower, eh? It's amazing how they all just collect there together. I remember them times when the pigeons were going to roost. Used to be covered, all the buildings, didn't they? Used to be flocks and flocks of them. Rain's coming on quite heavy now. Might have to get the umbrella in a minute. There we go. Modern stores.
The mortgage place there, number 19, used to be Modern Stores.
Modern stores.
Used to sell food, meats, cooked meats and all that type of thing.
Absolutely everything, wasn't there, in that one?
And then I think the Tunstall Fish Bar used to be a cafe, didn't it, as well?
Little cafe.
Yeah, cafe there.
Yeah, I remember Modern Stores. That was an amazing place, wasn't it? And then here in Tower Square, the buses used to park here in the centre, didn't they?
There was always buses in the centre and bus stops, yeah.
And you used to be able to drive up and down in Tower Square.
I think that optician's been there next to Coral for a good while as well, if you look at Coral there.
Looking at Coral, yeah.
The optician's it, that Ernie
Samwell, that's been there a long time.
That's been there for years and years, that optician's has, yeah. I can't remember what Wright's Pies used to be before they were there.
So apparently what Mum said, here in Tower Square, this is where you used to catch buses to places like Rill, if you want to go there.
You used to get all the double-decker buses, didn't you, coming?
Yeah, all the old
pictures
pictures
like
used
a
to show the
bus hub.
double-decker buses all round here.
Well, at the side of the market, where you're going through the market hall, where that business space is.
Oh yeah, that used to be the co-op travel.
where
Yeah, I
my mum
remember
used to
that.
book the holidays.
Yeah, she did. I remember that. I remember going in there quite a few times. Yeah, because there used to be quite a few travel agents around here. I think there was one down there on the right hand side. Forgot what the name of that one was now. Okay, so we'll head down the boulevard. So that used to be NatWest then, and there on
That
the
was
corner.
NatWest on the corner. Or was it this corner NatWest was on? It could have been this one. They were both banks, both sides.
It could have been that one, NatWest.
I think that was NatWest. And there used to be a hole in the wall where you can see cemented up there, Licky. That's where you used to put your money in on the night safe.
Oh, there.
That's definitely, I think, NatWest.
NatWest. They're all phone boxes. Don't even know if they still work, but absolutely filthy. Wouldn't like to use that one. So down through the underpass is the old baths. That's the baths area. We'll have a walk down through the underpass. Looks like some colourful artwork along here. Picture there of the Sneed Arms, Tower Square there. And then over here are the factories, is it Meekins? And there's more More factories there. I don't know where that was, whether that was Furlong Road or something. Public baths. Free library, public baths. Be Britton Adams.
So for years and years that was Britton Adams Plumbing. Used to sell fireplaces, stoves, cookers.
And across
where
there
the
I think there used to be...
That was the public light, the cinema, wasn't it?
Forgot what the name of the cinema was, but yeah. Yeah. So this foundation stone was laid by Sir Smith Child Bart, May the 16th, 1889. Amazing. And the sign's lasting out well there. Reading what it says is it's something the Nash Peak gave this AD 1061, I don't know. Just have a quick look what's up this alleyway. It used to take you behind Rumblow's. Don't want to go too far. Getting a bit nervous going around here now. I guess there's all sorts of things along here. Oh my god. Wow.
What a mess.
I remember going along here to where Dad's was. There must be rats and everything along here. Oh, God, it stinks.
There's cans, bottles.
Oh.
I suppose all the druggies are up here, aren't they?
Yeah, we need to get out of here pretty quick. Ooh. Smells of you-know-what around here. God, it's filthy, isn't it? So we must be coming up towards the back of Rumblow's somewhere here, aren't we? Which is Rumblow's.
Rumblow's has got to be one of these buildings here.
I remember when they had that break-in.
Possibly one of these.
They broke in, didn't they? And yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Wow.
It could be this one with a brown gate.
Up through there. Yeah. Oh. It's all like white powder there. I don't know what that is. I don't want to think where that's come from. I'm guessing not an A. That wasn't really a very pleasant walk here in Tunstall, was it?
I can't believe how bad and how dirty it was with rubbish.
Oh.
There was needles, rubbish, cans, bottles. I dread to think what that would be like at night.
It's definitely nervous walking through there. Wow. I think Tunstall needs a really, really good clean-up. Well, I think we filmed in some different locations, like in Los Angeles, New York.
What amazes me around here as you're walking around, there's so many dodgy people. It's amazing. You do feel quite threatened in some places.
Where all the other places that we filmed, we haven't really felt that threatened in some of them dodgy places in LA and New York, have we?
No, they need to sort it out and clean it up and do something about it. I think it's absolutely shocking. In front with the brown door, years and years ago, used to be Naylor's menswear. And I've just remembered that used to go round into the boulevard as well, so you could get into it from here or in the boulevard, and there was upstairs and downstairs. selling all men's suits, clothes, ties, all that kind of thing. It used to be very popular back in the day.
Yeah, I remember getting some of my clothes from Nailers. Maybe a lot of school clothes and things like that. Wow. So yeah, that's the dodgy alleyway that we've just walked up. You don't want to do that again, I don't think. I remember that as the Co-op travel. I remember borrowing brochures from there, and yeah, it used to be at the holidays. It used to be on the corner, and you can see the old clock on all the old photographs there. And Replay Records, I think, was where JVD Beds and Furniture was. That would have been Replay Records. So Tunstall Post Office, I think, is still open. So that remains the same. Lots of broken glass everywhere. A lot of alleyways all through Tunstall. This little place was here.
I don't know, can't remember.
Don't know if somebody actually lives there or anything. Wouldn't take much just to clean that up, would it? Okay, so hope you've enjoyed short walk through Tunstall today, 2023, and just catching up on how it's changed since we last filmed it, and I think about 2019, 2020, something like that.
It amazes me really how the council let all the buildings go to rack and ruin. You think they'd do something about it and tidy it up, wouldn't you?
You certainly would. So if you've enjoyed the video today, give me a thumbs up, drop me some comments, and of course subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next video soon.